Becoming a parent is a life-changing experience, but no one really prepares you for the shock of how much it changes everything. Did you know that new parents experience an average of 1,500 hours of sleep deprivation in the first year alone? That's like staying awake for 62 days straight. And here's another surprising fact: over 50% of new parents feel more stressed than they did before having kids. But don't worry, this isn't a doom and gloom story. In this video, we're diving into the real things no one tells you about becoming a parent. From surviving the sleepless nights to unlocking your inner baby whisperer, we're going to cover the strategies that will make your journey smoother and more manageable. By the end, you'll wish you'd known these tips sooner. So stick around, because we've got a lot of surprising insights that will change the way you approach parenthood. Trust me, you won't want to miss this. Chapter 1. When you first bring your baby home, you're ready for the sleepless nights. But nothing can truly prepare you for how draining it actually feels. Did you know that, on average, new parents lose around 2 hours of sleep every night for the first 6 months? That's more than 700 hours lost in just half a year. It's normal to feel like a walking zombie, but there are ways to make it a little easier. First, embrace the power of napping. Studies show that taking even a 20-minute nap during the day can help reduce the effects of sleep deprivation. Set up a support system, whether it's a partner, family member, or friend, so you can catch some Z's when your baby sleeps. Don't feel guilty about it. Resting when you can is vital. Also, don't expect perfection. The pressure to be a perfect parent can make sleep deprivation feel worse. Author and pediatrician Dr. Harvey Karp reminds parents, there's no such thing as the perfect parent, and that's okay. Focus on getting the sleep you can, when you can, and remember that it's all part of the journey. Another tip? Establish a calming bedtime routine for your baby. Experts suggest that creating a predictable environment before bed can help your little one sleep better, which, in turn, helps you sleep more. Dim the lights, play soft music, or use a white noise machine. Consistency is key. Lastly, remember to keep the communication lines open with your partner. Share the load, even if it's just for 30 minutes at a time. Working together is not just a strategy for survival, it's a strategy for thriving. Chapter 2. The first 100 days of your baby's life are often called the fourth trimester, and it's far more important than most people realize. A baby's brain undergoes rapid development in these early months, forming connections that will shape their future cognitive abilities. In fact, around 80% of brain growth happens in the first 2 years. This is a time for bonding, but it's also a critical period for understanding your baby's needs. Contrary to popular belief, your newborn is not just sleeping. Through those early months, they're absorbing everything around them. To foster healthy development, focus on eye contact, gentle touch, and soft conversations with your baby. The fourth trimester is about more than just caring for your baby, it's about taking care of yourself too. Postpartum depression affects 1 in 7 new mothers, so make self-care a priority. Author and postpartum expert Karen Kleiman says, you can't pour from an empty cup. Get help, ask for support, and take time for your own mental health. Feeding your baby during these first 100 days also plays a huge role in their development. Research shows that babies who are breastfed for the first 3 months have better immunity and cognitive function. But don't stress if breastfeeding doesn't work out. Formula feeding is perfectly fine, just be sure to ask your pediatrician for guidance. Building a support system during this period is vital. The U.S. Department of Health and Human Services reports that families with strong social support systems are less likely to experience severe stress during the early stages of parenthood. Whether it's a parent group or trusted friends, stay connected. Lastly, don't overlook the importance of sleep. The National Sleep Foundation suggests that babies need 14 to 17 hours of sleep in their first few months, but remember, not all sleep is created equal. Deep, restorative sleep is what matters most, so try to create an environment that promotes it. Chapter 3. There's a reason new parents often feel like they're speaking a different language once their baby arrives. Babies communicate far more than we realize, and as a parent, you're the most important person in helping them express their needs. By the time your baby is 6 months old, they've likely learned to communicate through crying, cooing, and body language. One powerful parenting tool? The baby whisperer instinct. Research from the University of Miami shows that parents can often distinguish between their baby's different cries within the first few weeks of life. In fact, 85% of parents in the study were able to tell the difference between a cry for hunger, discomfort, or sleep. One unique and little-known tip: pay attention to your baby's body language. A study published in the Journal of Developmental and Behavioral Pediatrics found that babies often display a series of subtle gestures, like clenching their fists or kicking their legs, before they start crying. Learning to read these early cues can prevent your baby from getting upset in the first place. Another piece of advice? Create a rhythm for your baby. The more predictable their environment, the easier it is for them to settle. Babies thrive on routine. For example, try establishing a set time for feeding, napping, and playtime, so your baby knows what to expect. Consistency builds trust, and it makes life easier for both of you. Parents also often wonder if they're doing enough for their babies. The truth is, you're doing more than enough just by being present. Psychologist Dr. Tava Klein states, your emotional availability to your baby is what counts most. The more in tune you are with their needs, the better the bond, and the easier it becomes to communicate. Lastly, don't underestimate the power of your touch. Research from the University of Warwick found that babies who are touched often and gently are more likely to develop secure attachment bonds with their caregivers. So go ahead, cuddle and soothe, your baby is listening. If you're finding these tips helpful, don't forget to subscribe for more insights and strategies on surviving and thriving through your parenting journey. Chapter 4. The first few months of parenting can feel like survival mode. You're learning as you go and constantly juggling a million things. But here's the secret: getting the right tools and hacks can make all the difference. The key is finding those little tricks that save you time and energy. For example, did you know that babies can be soothed with a simple warm bath? It's not just about cleanliness. The calming effect of water helps babies relax, making them sleep better. Experts recommend incorporating this into your evening routine, and you'll be surprised how much it can help. Another survival trick? Baby carriers. Forget about lugging a bulky stroller everywhere. Baby carriers keep your hands free while also promoting bonding with your baby. Research shows that carrying your baby in a sling or front carrier can also help with their emotional development. And here's one for your home: creating a baby station. Keep everything you need, diapers, wipes, snacks, and extra clothes, in one easy-to-access spot. It will save you time and stress, especially during those chaotic moments when your baby needs something urgently. Don't forget to use apps that track your baby's feeding, sleeping, and diaper changes. These little helpers can ease your stress by allowing you to stay on top of your baby's needs and keep a log of what works. Chapter 5. Parent guilt is real. But it doesn't have to control your life. You're probably thinking, am I doing this right, or I'm not enough? Here's the truth: you don't have to be perfect. The pressure to get everything right can be overwhelming, but learning to manage it is part of the parenting journey. Research shows that 70% of new parents feel guilty about their parenting skills, whether it's about not breastfeeding long enough, not spending enough time with their child, or simply feeling exhausted. The important thing is to acknowledge the guilt, but not let it overwhelm you. It's normal to have moments of self-doubt. Author and parenting expert Dr. Laura Markham reminds us, self-compassion is key. You're doing your best, and that's enough. Try not to compare yourself to others, especially on social media. Everyone's journey is unique, and it's okay to make mistakes. A great way to combat guilt is to focus on the positives. Keep a journal of the things you're doing well, whether it's feeding your baby with love or simply taking care of your own needs. It's about balance, not perfection. Chapter 6. Yes, it's possible to keep the romance alive, even in the whirlwind of new parenthood. In fact, it's essential for both you and your partner's well-being. Many new parents feel the strain of added responsibilities and less time for intimacy, but maintaining your relationship is crucial. Dr. John Gottman, a renowned relationship expert, suggests that couples should schedule regular, couple time, even if it's just 10 minutes a day to reconnect. It could be a quick conversation, a hug, or a shared laugh. These moments help maintain the emotional bond between you and your partner. Remember, communication is key. Don't assume your partner knows what you need. Be clear about how you feel and ask for help when you need it. The more open you are, the stronger your relationship will be. One last tip: don't forget to appreciate each other. Parenting is hard, but it's easier when you work as a team. Compliment each other, show gratitude, and always make time to show affection. If you've enjoyed these tips, make sure to subscribe so you never miss out on more practical parenting advice. These 6 chapters should give you a fresh perspective on what it really means to be a new parent. By focusing on sleep, bonding, self-care, and teamwork, you'll be better prepared for the challenges ahead. Keep these tips in mind, and you'll navigate the early months of parenthood with confidence.